So George, these little DIY kit, what?
Well, what do you think?
I'm
You
running it
know,
now.
Austyn kind of knew about this. I talked to him about it a while back, about wanting to get a builder kit out there so that the people that wanted to do the sort of thing that Austyn kind of got into doing, that we could make it easy for him to do it, if you know what I mean.
That's a great
And
idea.
you know, what's better than having a blank slate, you know, a canvas just ready for you to do whatever it is that you're going to do, and have everything necessary that you can get right to it. In fact, you can take it out of the box, do what Austyn's doing, give it a quick clean, quick warm up, make sure everything's all good to go. It's 100% functional right out of the box. And then you can go to town and let the creativity flow.
I think I'm gonna vape a bowl, and every time I vape a bowl, I'm going to spend 5 minutes filing it and just see what happens to it after like a year.
Which
I could totally
I think
see
is
that.
exactly the point. Is this isn't something that you should look to try and get done in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it might be. Although some people might have the skills and the tools necessary to do that, but why not just make it a work in progress? Because really, think about it, to a certain extent, that's what a Vapcap is, because the first time you heat it up, it starts to develop your own personal patina based on your own heating technique and what you're putting in it, how you're heating it, what you're heating it with.
Building that character, that relationship that you develop with your vape, that's so special to the Dynavap.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, right? Just kind of
Extremely. Makes sense.
No worries, man. That's just great to see. And I love this. In fact, I like the idea what you and Troy are talking about, where just, you know, use it and then work on it, use it and work on it. And then every now and then you'll have a session where you really work on it, you know, or something. That'd be kind of neat.
And why not? You know, I think the files are a nice thing. I mean, how you can hurt yourself with a file? I mean,
I bet I can do it.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
tempt Troy, man.
maybe you got it coming.
Oh yeah, look at all the different things, man. I wouldn't. Wow.
George, let me ask you a question. Do you think we could see one of these builder kits with an XL condenser and then just a wood mouthpiece, so that way you can still have that real nice mouth feel while you whittle this thing down instead of.
Yeah, you know, it's certainly a doable thing. You know, understand that this is just a concept that like you and I talked about, Austyn, months back. We just needed to finally get it out there and do it, get it into some people's hands so we get some feedback. Like, we rely on the community here. Tell us what you guys want.
Yeah.
Because we want to give you what you want. It's just kind of part of how it works.
Right.
Or at least that's how it's supposed to work.
Do you know what's funny? This is my opportunity to do it. I love the mouthpieces, because I like to heat my Vapcap up and then just hit it like this, you know, holding it with my teeth. I like to do that, but this one I might be able to get a perfect match to my teeth after a while. Just kind of.
There you go.
Just grind it right in there, right?
Right, man. I'm gonna start gnawing on this fucker, man.
That's what I was thinking while filing. Like I can file this so it fits my lips perfectly.
Well, and we've got some other ideas for these kits as well. You know, if people actually like them, we're just not sure. You know, so you guys are the first ones to get it. Just wanted to see how it all goes. You know, not only can we offer them with XL condensers and mouthpieces, but we could put the 14 millimeter taper on one end and just let you go to town on the other end. And now it's
your own custom volume. That's a cool idea, putting that taper on there.
Yeah.
Any tips on what the differences in the different files do? I mean, to somebody like me, they all just look like corners. You know what I mean? So
that's what I was going to say.
It seems like a perfect question for a guy that works wood for a living.
There we go. Come on, anybody?
There's no labels on them.
I might know something. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know what every single shape is for. I'll tell you that right now. I like to use the round files to take the sharp edges off of condensers. Back in the day when I used to cut my own condensers and make them to length, I would take a round file and go in there real good, make sure there's no burrs, so it's nice and soft. But I honestly,
oh shit, yours are different.
I've not worked with files that often to know the difference between why one is square versus why one is a triangle.
It gives you different angles, Austyn.
I mean, I guess. Well, thanks, George. Yes, that is very true. Different angles.
Well, and there's this really cool thing that we can do now. You can take that file and you can drag it across your piece of wood, and it's going to show you the profile it'll create.
Right. It'll give you different profiles and different shapes that you can carve out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And other things I'd love for you guys to just think about and let me know. And as well as anyone else is watching, what else should go in a maker kit? How do we empower the unsuspecting victim that gets one of these things, during the gifting season, to make sure that they're going to get that satisfaction that they're looking for?
Anything to add color, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I suppose paint. A little bit of stain.
Or the all natural dyes.
Yeah. Something that they wouldn't normally
color.
have, sort of like you've done here. Like I wouldn't have this file set, I wouldn't necessarily have this particular, grit of sponge sandpaper stuff. So, if you're going to do, I wouldn't necessarily try to give them something they might have already, but maybe there's something particular to wood that might be good. I don't know. I'm just thinking we're going to shape it. Maybe coloring it would be the next step. I'm not sure what else, but this is cool, man. So you drag these things across and you can see what the heck.
Maybe a Dynavap pocket knife, so they can whittle away at their body.
Oh, the pocket knife. That's what Pranav was talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's true, George. We're going for safety, right?
Pranav was like, make sure you have a knife around because there's something inside that you need to open. Yeah, we gotta have a knife around.
The knife can be useful, but it just didn't seem like necessarily the best idea to give someone an instrument for consumption, and then provide
something to stab themselves with.
Instruments on top of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Guess that it's a great thing that you're behind this, so nobody gets injured.
You take these files and you hang on a second here.
That's a great Pokeball mug, Jerry.
Thank you. Do you just kind of go back and forth with it, or do you drag it? I mean,
in general, they cut better on the push.
Okay, gotcha. Very cool. So I can make my little teeth marks in here and kind of see what they're saying. Just right. That's cool.
Absolutely. And
I want to make sure that I'm faithful to the threes. So we got to make sure I'm doing that right, George. I don't want to fuck it up.
Right. Yeah. Threes are nice. Nines are cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't forget. Just take your time and just let it flow. And worst case scenario, we'll put the blanks up on the website at a very low cost. So, if people aren't happy with what they want or they want to try again, it should be a real simple, easy thing.
Dude, this is killer, man. I'm gonna have a blast with this, George.
I am too. And at first I was pushing to carve mine out on the show right now, but the more I think about it, the more I really want it to be custom and special. I want to take some time with it. I want to do a thread wrap on it.
Take time, and almost to a certain extent, think about this as a 1,500 piece puzzle. You're not going to get it done in 10 minutes.
Right.
At least if you are, then maybe you should need to get a harder puzzle.
Or find something better to do with your time.
Bro, this is absolutely brilliant, man. I've talked a little bit on some of our stuff about just the ritual that I've developed over time and how it really helps me kind of let go of the day and kind of get into even kind of like a meditation or something. And that's what I use it for. But man, I can see where this would be spectacular for that, where every time you come in, you're taking some hits, you're stopping, and you do a little bit of art, and it kind of draws you in. Oh man, I could see how this would be. Yeah, I mean, look, I said it earlier, Vapcaps are endearing. They become something that you just, they're like your buddies, and this kind of takes that to the beyond the next level. This is exciting, dude. I totally dig this.
What I like about it is
put one tooth mark in it, and I already dig
it. It's giving people a way to get creative and use their imagination, and that's what I feel right now. There's a lot of that lacking, and I think this kind of helps that. And especially when you use some specific materials in this device, you get creative, and this is a great creative outlet. to see what people can do. And maybe some people who receive this won't know that they like woodworking until they start carving this, and they start to get to see what I like to say behind the bark. They get to see, what Mother Nature can provide, what the wood grain looks like, what it looks like after it's sanded, after it's got that wood conditioner. That's cool, man. I'm really happy to see these things out. I'm excited about this. Thanks for letting us open this, because this is cool as shit.
This can unleash a whole new generation of Austyn Simrels and Ed's TNT and Fat Piggy and Kellett Girl. There's so many makers right now. Yeah. They're turning out amazing stems. You see this one from Kellett Girl?
Oh, nice.
Oh,
this is a Purple Heart. I love the way this thing feels in my hand. These little corkscrews. Oh man! And if it's a bong,
just satisfying, isn't it?
It is. I love all the variety